Hey guys, today I'm here with the MBRP Black Series axle back exhaust system fitting all 2018 and newer JL Wranglers with the 3.6 liter V6. So if you're looking for an upgrade in performance, sound, and style out of your exhaust system at a pretty affordable price, this option by MBRP is going to be a great choice to take a look at. So starting off with that performance, whenever you're opening up airflow, whether that be intake or exhaust, you will see some small performance gains in those higher RPM ranges. Now as Jeep owners, we don't spend a lot of time there, so what you can expect out of this exhaust system is to feel a little boost in throttle response when you are in those higher RPM ranges, like when you're getting on the highway or in your fuel economy. Now where that increase in airflow and less restriction is really going to help you out is with the sound of this new exhaust system. So I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5 on the loudness meter, with 1 being completely stock and 5 being incredibly loud. Now this Black Series is going to be on the quieter side for MBRP, so it's not really going to increase in volume, but it is going to deepen the tone of your exhaust system or your 3.6 liter, giving you a more aggressive sound out of that 3.6. Now as far as interior cab noise goes, you're not really going to get a lot. You may hear it from time to time when you get on the throttle, but it is going to be pretty quiet as far as being in the cab area is concerned. Now that's going to be perfect for the daily driver who wants to hear their exhaust from time to time, but doesn't want to be bothered on a daily basis with it. So this is more or less going to be an entry-level exhaust system, but it is going to have a quality build at that, made of a 409 stainless steel material. Now this is also going to give you a lot of style out of the back end of your Wrangler with the dual outlet design, the large 4-inch tip, and that sleek black powder coat on top. Now with all of that being said, like I mentioned before, this is going to be a more affordable choice at roughly $400. Now in comparison to some other choices on the page, the more expensive options are usually going to be made of a higher quality stainless steel like a 304 that's a little bit more rust resistant, and they're also usually going to be a one-piece design. Now on the other hand, less expensive choices are usually going to be for those over axle designs. They're just going to be the over axle pipe and stay tucked high and tight up against the frame rail, perfect for somebody who's not worried about style and just wants something that stays out of the way. Now if you want to stay in the middle, you're looking for something that's stylish, but you're also looking for something that is going to give you a good sound and stay on the affordable side, this option by MBRP is going to be, again, a great choice to take a look at. So install is actually going to be pretty easy. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. You're going to need very minimal tools and about 2 hours to get the job done. So speaking of that install, let's jump into that now. The tools that I used for my install were an impact wrench, a hanger removal tool, a 10-inch extension, a 3/8" drive ratchet, 13mm ratcheting wrench, a 15mm deep socket, a 13mm swivel socket, a 5/16" Allen socket, and a can of PB blaster. So our first step is going to be to loosen up our clamp that's holding on our axle back. I'm going to use a 15mm deep socket as well as a 10-inch extension to clear our track bar. Once our clamp's loosened up, what we can do is remove our hangers. So our next step is going to be to remove our hangers. Now I find it a little bit easier just to remove the hangers from the frame instead of removing the exhaust from the isolators. There's not a lot of room with our factory exhaust, so if you are going to remove the hangers, you will need a 13mm swivel socket as well as a 13mm ratcheting wrench. So I'm going to take the 13mm swivel socket as well as that 10-inch extension that I just used, go over the sway bar, and we can remove that top bolt that's holding on the hanger. So first we can remove the bolt up at the top, and then we can move to the bolt on the side that's holding the hanger onto the side of the frame. For this I'm going to use a 13mm ratcheting wrench, just again because there's not a lot of room here. Now when that bolt is removed, we can still kind of hook the hanger onto the frame and remove the hanger from the other side. So once everything is disconnected and unhooked from the frame, we can wiggle the axle back off. Before we hop into the rest of the install, I wanted to stop down and give you guys a comparison between our factory exhaust system and what benefits that we're going to see out of this new MBRP axle back system. So starting off, you can tell that this is going to be a big upgrade in construction and overall design in comparison to our factory setup. So when we're taking a look at the factory setup, we can tell that the muffler itself is just big and bulky, and it's not really going to help us out as far as departure angles or a lot of clearance when we're out on the trail. Now with that being said, this is also going to be very restrictive as an exhaust system, perfect for the stock application to keep everything quiet, but when it comes to airflow and it comes to sound, it's really not helping us out there. You can also tell the over axle pipe is very pinched, which is also not going to help us out with a lot of airflow either. The system itself is going to be made of a steel material, which doesn't hold up for a long period of time, especially if you are in the rust belt. But when moving over to a system like this MBRP exhaust system is going to be made of 409 stainless steel, which will hold up for a longer period of time. This is also going to have a heat-resistant black powder coat finish on top, which is going to help out with a very sleek look to the back of your Wrangler, but it's also going to protect that 409 underneath. This system is also going to be a lot less restrictive considering the smaller and more compact muffler, which is going to have a lot better airflow. It's going to help you out with sound as well because of less restriction. It's also going to have 2-inch mandrel bent tubing, which is not going to have any bending in the tubing, which will help you out with airflow as well. Now this system is overall also just going to look a lot better with the dual outlet and the large 4-inch tip on the back. As you can tell, this is going to be in a couple of pieces, unlike our one-piece design factory system. So we will have to put this together. So let's go ahead and do that now, and then we can mount it up on our Jeep. Before we start assembling our new exhaust system, we have to move our factory isolators and hangers over. So I'm going to take a hanger removal tool as well as a little bit of PB Blaster and remove both of our hangers here. So now we can go ahead and assemble our exhaust system. We're going to have 2 outlets on the driver's side and 1 outlet on the passenger side. Our piping that's going to have our tip on it, or our outlet piping, is going to go on the back outlet. Our over axle pipe is going to be attached at the front outlet. And to make sure that both pipes are lining up, this outlet is going to be on the back. So at this point, what I'm going to do is snug up our clamps. I don't want to tighten them down all the way because we still do have to adjust it when it's on our Wrangler, but I want everything to stay in place so we can mount it up as one piece. I'm going to take a 15mm deep socket and just snug our clamps up. Now after they're snugged up, we can attach our hangers. Then we can head over to the Jeep. So what we can do is start by attaching the over axle pipe and wiggling that into place. So once that's sitting in place, we can attach 2 bolts to our hangers, and then we can adjust our piping once everything's attached. So now we can go ahead and tighten up our hangers. I'm going to use that same 13mm ratcheting wrench, but I'm also going to use a 13mm socket for the top. You don't necessarily need a swivel socket at this point, just because you have a decent amount of room here. Same for the other side. Next, we can tighten down our over axle clamp. I'm using, again, that 15mm socket. And then we can position our exhaust and move to the rest of our clamps. Once our piping is positioned where we want it to be, we're going to go ahead and tighten our 2 clamps on the driver's side down with the same 15mm deep socket. Then we can move to our passenger side clamp. And then we can attach our tips. So now we can slide our tips over our outlet piping. And you can position these wherever you'd like. Just going to line it up with the back of our bumper here. Do the same thing for the other side. Now once both of those are even and straight, we can take a 5/16 inch Allen socket and tighten those both down. Then after everything is tightened down, then you're all set to go. So that's gonna wrap it up for my review and install. Make sure you like and subscribe, and for more videos and products like this, always keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.